First, to our top story here on WION this Friday. The UK government has succeeded on blocking an upcoming strike by nurses. Well, this comes after the UK Health Department took legal action against the trade union. The Royal College of Nurses called for a 48-hour strike from April the 30th. And for the first time, the strike is expected to involve staff from emergency departments, intensive care units and cancer care. But according to the UK's Health Department, the industrial action on the 2nd of May is unlawful. The department says a vote to strike is only valid for 6 months after a ballot of trade union members. And looking at the fact that the RCN ballot closed on the 2nd of November last year, the mandate for industrial action will end at midnight on the 1st of May. Well, the Health Secretary, Steve Barclay, welcomed the ruling, while adding that the government has taken the RCN to court with regret. Well, the RCN General Secretary, Pat Cullen, described the legal action as the darkest day of this dispute so far. Earlier, nurses said they are prepared to strike until Christmas as they rejected a new pay deal. Well, that includes a 5% pay increase this year and a one-off payment for last year. Meanwhile, thousands of railway workers in Britain will go on strike, and that's on May 13th, after National Union of Rail, Maritime and Transport Workers rejected the latest pay offer by train companies. Well, for more about the current situation with the nurses, we've got Alex Isaac, our London correspondent, joining us now. It's difficult to know how to frame this because on the one side, you could say that it's a win for the government, but it certainly feels like in this situation, there are no winners, Alex.
You know, you're absolutely right there, Katie. It does feel that way. And considering that strikes are happening today, we have civil service that are on strike, over 130,000. We've got teachers going on strike again on Tuesday. And of course, the nurses are saying now that they are going to ballot to enforce another mandate where they can strike for another 6 months. And that's the RCN. Now, there doesn't seem to be that much leeway from the government, who has been steadfast all the way through with regards to pay increases. They keep repeating that the pay that they're offering is all they can offer because of the high inflation, which is what we keep hearing. But when it comes to with regards to the railway workers, now the RMT have said that the offer of pay deal wasn't the actual reason behind the strike action. It was all of the extras that came with it. They wanted to have it, to have the pay with no extra concerns, with 0-hour contracts, with automated door systems. They want to be able to have that pay rise and still continuing the work that they're doing. Now, the general public does seem to be behind still the nurses and most of the staff workers within the NHS as well, although there does seem to be a little bit a disregard for the rail workers and some of the others that are going on strike, as they are quite disrupting, especially when we hear that the rail workers will go on to strike during the football and, of course, the Euro World Cup, which is a big deal for many within the UK. But going forward with the nurses, conversations between the RCN and the government do seem to be ongoing. The RCN were behind trying to push for their own members to take that original deal. Now, Unison have accepted the deal, and they're still waiting to hear if that's going to go through for their NHS workers. But at the moment, it does seem that there are going to be even more strikes ahead. As I said, we're striking today, civil service is striking today, and we have teachers striking on Tuesday. And it's likely that we're going to see even more strikes as we go forward, and potentially all the way to Christmas.
Oh, what a depressing thought. Thank you so much, Alex. As you mentioned there, the teachers next week. That's our chief London correspondent there, Alex Isaac. Thank you.